All right, foundations of the Enlightenment. Okay, first thing we need to understand about the Enlightenment when we get into this is it is also known as the Age of Reason. Okay, this is a time period where reason is going to be taking the forefront versus religion. Previously, it was religion kind of running the show, particularly the Catholic Church when we're talking about Europe. However, this is going to be the time where reason is going to take place, the Enlightenment. They're enlightened to new different ideas. This is going to grow out of a number of different social movements and historic movements moving on in Europe at this time period, namely the Renaissance is the first one that's going to kind of start things going off this rebirth of learning, trying to go back to the classical ways from ancient Greece and ancient Rome. The Protestant Reformation, where people are willing to question authority for the first time, really in European history. And then the Scientific Revolution, where you're looking at new ways of doing things. You're having these Scientific Revolution and the Enlightenment really kind of go hand in hand, but this is something that's going to even further on. If we can do this with science, how can we do this with philosophy, with government, religion, and thoughts? One of the big core tenets of the Enlightenment is the challenging of accepted beliefs. So just because someone's always believed something, Enlightenment thinkers are saying that doesn't necessarily mean it's the right thing. It is time to challenge things, to look at things critically, and to come up with our own kind of ways of thinking about stuff versus just doing it because we've always done this. This is primarily done as a way to challenge authority. So they're going to be challenging the authority of the Pope controlling the church. Okay, you're going to challenge church authority. You're also going to go and challenge kings and leaders of your country. You don't necessarily feel that they're taking care of you, so you're going to feel that it's your just duty at this time period during the Enlightenment to go and you're going to try to challenge authority. Okay, again, just like the Reformation was challenging the authority of the church, the Enlightenment is kind of challenging the authority of the church as well, but also is challenging the authority of the government. Now, a couple things to understand about the Enlightenment, where it really takes place is in these salons. Kind of these salons are informal meeting halls. They're not like a salon today where you go get your hair done. This is simply a place where people are going to gather and they're going to discuss these different ideas. Are humans naturally good creatures, or are we naturally evil, and does society make us good? Why do we do what we do? Why do we allow a government to rule? Is that even the right thing to do? Should we not have a government? What do we do this? Why do we do this? And really, what's the reasoning behind that? Now, these salons are important because they're going to allow for ideas to spread quickly. There's a lot of people meeting in the same little area. When you're talking about these really kind of new ideas, you're going to spread them quickly. Okay, you're going to take them from your salon, go to another salon, and spread these ideas rapidly. So ideas are going to be spreading rapidly at this time period. Now the philosophies, okay, right here is simply the French thinkers. Enlightenment primarily comes out of France, comes from other regions as well, but France is kind of the big center of the Enlightenment. These French thinkers believe in the idea of reason in government, that government should rule based on reason, not simply based on the fact they've always done it before. The philosophies, okay, these French philosophers, French thinkers, additionally are going to reject the idea of authority. They don't think that it's right that one individual person should be able to control a country, one individual person should be able to rule over what's going on, even an individual group of people. They're not thinking that this individual group should be able to rule over you. You don't really have authority. We have authority over ourselves, according to the Enlightenment philosophers. Other people do not have authority over you. They believed in an individual's right to think. Okay, that is crucial. Make sure you understand that. Philosophers from the Enlightenment believe in an individual's right to think. You as an individual have the right to think and to reason and to figure out what is right and what is wrong. No one can tell you what is right or what is wrong. That is up to you, according to the Enlightenment thinkers. Now, in government, this is going to take a number of different things. First and foremost, Enlightenment thinkers are critical of the divine right of kings. The divine right of kings, if we can remember back, is this belief that you rule the country because God wanted you to rule the country. God picked you to be the king, therefore you have the divine right to be king. Enlightenment thinkers are going to say, now wait a second, that doesn't quite make sense. I don't think that's right. You should be a leader if you are a good leader and the people want you to be a good leader. You are simply not going to be a leader because God picked you to be a leader. They also believe that individual rights must be protected, that the rights of life, liberty, and property, as we're going to be seeing coming up shortly, must be protected during the Enlightenment. It is the duty of the king, the ruler of your country, to take care of the individual rights of its citizens. Also, they believe that people should have a say, that you have a right to give the government some advice and tell the government what you think should be done. You should not be told what to believe. You should have the ability to tell the government what you think. Now, in religion, this is going to take a number of different kind of turns as well. During the Enlightenment, thinkers believed that humans were capable of discovering truth for themselves. Okay, this is similar to the Reformation. In the Reformation, you had Martin Luther coming out and saying to the church, "No, wait a second. You don't need to tell me what to believe. I can figure this out for myself. I have a brain. I can think. I am rational." The same kind of thing is happening right here during the Enlightenment. Humans are capable of discovering what is truth for themselves. They do not need some higher authority telling them that. It's also important to realize that most Enlightenment thinkers, okay, do believe in God. There's kind of this misconception out there that a lot of them are very anti-God, kind of atheists, and that is simply not true. The vast majority of these Enlightenment thinkers did believe in God. However, they didn't really believe in an individual church. So they believe in God as a whole, but they don't believe really in organized religion. They think that you should serve God and that God is real, but you don't necessarily need to go to an individual church and serve that church. Okay, they think that causes more problems and corruption. They're thinking that you should simply believe in God and not the individual churches. Also, they believe that right and wrong is based upon reason and not because you are offending God. For example, they would think that it is wrong to murder someone, okay, not because God has said don't murder people, and that is wrong to do, but because it is wrong to take away someone else's right to life. That is what the Enlightenment thinkers are going to believe when it comes to religion, okay, based upon reason. Now, that is all for now. If you have any questions, comment down below. Otherwise, have a great day.